continue in the Mesilas Yesharim itself. Kol shel davar, the principle is Ha'adam lo nivra b'avur matzavo b'olam hazeh. Person wasn't created for a state in this world, ela b'avur matzavo b'olam haba. Ela shematzavo b'olam hazeh emtzoi l'matzavo b'olam haba. Beautiful. So now Rabbeinu is being kolel. He's including and describing and making a klal, making a general principle out of all we've learned, and that a person was really created for his situation in the next world, not this one in this world. So why are we in this world? You have to go through this world to get to the next world. Shua tachliti, that's the tachlis. Okay? Al kain timtza ma'amari chazal rabbim. We find many statements of the rabbi, kulam b'signon echad, all of them in one signon, all of them in the same basic form. This world is time of preparation. And the next world, there's a really important principle in limud that I want to bring out. But first, let's see the list that Rabbeinu gives. Okay, that's the famous one which we mentioned already. This world is a foyer, and a entrance place. We spoke about the Alta of Slobodka, that the foyer has to feel like it feels it's not a different type of building, same type of building. Okay. K'moshe kasavti leil, as I mentioned earlier. Hayom lasosam, today to do them, v'lo l'mocher lasosam. Today is the time when we can do it. We can't do it there. Hayom lasosam, u'mocher l'kabel scharim. But today we do the mitzvahs. Mocher, tomorrow we get the schar. Misha tarach is a famous one. Misha tarach b'erev Shabbat, yochal b'Shabbat. Someone who eats on Erev, someone who's toref, someone who prepares on Erev Shabbat, yochal b'Shabbat. He can eat on Shabbos. Misha lo tarach b'erev Shabbos, but someone who doesn't work on Erev Shabbos, meichen yochal b'Shabbos. Now this is one which isn't gone into so much, and it's really interesting to think about. Ha'olam hazeh domeli abasha. This world is domeli abasha. Olam haba liyam. Wow, this world is like the finite terra firma, land. No, Haba is like the great sea that you travel in forever. Uke'ela rabim al zaderech. Now, it's really interesting. I am sure, if you didn't do it, or maybe even did it, but for sure, my sense is that each one of these chazals isn't just another example. It's all getting across a different aspect of the way that this world is a preparation for the next world. That's my sense. In a certain way, it's foyer-dik. In a certain way, it's yabasha-dik. In a certain way, it's Erev Shabbos-dik, etc. And each one probably reflects something about how the way Olam Haba is. And some Olam Haba somehow reflects a trachlin, a palace, and the sea, and the Shabbos. Now, the way that the Mesilas Yesharim brings it down here is just like, there are all these examples. And one could think that it's just like giving over the same idea in different forms. I'll give you an example. When we say that, sometimes a person could have a mashal for himself or something. If you seek chachma like if you seek chachma like one seeks wealth, then you'll find it. Now, I think Rabbi Salanter had 400 different mashalim of how that looked like, or 250, I can't remember, of what it looked like. Now, each mashal Rabbi Yisrael had for himself wasn't necessarily a different mashal getting across some deep point. It was something for himself, right? You don't say like, I think about how hard an athlete works, and I think about how hard a person in finance works. Why do I think in different ways? I'm trying to get across the idea to myself in different ways, but not that per se they get across the idea differently. But I think when Chazal give Mishalim, it's not like that. It's each one is specific, and each one is special, and each one gets across a different point. That's my understanding. But here's the point I'm trying to say. But at the end of the day, you still see from the Ramchal that our job is to make klolim. So in Divrei Torah, make general ideas and see that, again, maybe I'm wrong about the whole thing, but I think I'm right, that these are all different examples. These are all different ways to look at Olam Haba, Olam Hazeh, and they probably each have their own relevance, but also they get across a general point of preparation, reward, preparation, first step, next step, emtsoi tachlis, and that's that. So what I'm taking out is that there's each chazal has its own world, but there's also a collective world which they represent, and it's okay to find both those things. Let's go a little further. V'tira be'emes. So So what he's going to do now is going to show us in seichel, in reasoning, not just because the rabbis say it, right? As much as we can bring things, makar things to our own seichel, as much as we can see the emes, right? It's good to makabel things, but often it's so much better that we understand things and appreciate it's like that, and there's no other way for it to be. That makes a much stronger kinyan in a person. Anyone of real intellectual abilities, anybody of strong cognitive abilities, can't believe shetakas b'riyas olam u'matzah olam hazeh. Why? Kimayim chay adam b'olam hazeh. A little bit of a depressing, sobering line here. What is a person's life in this world? Umihu shesamach v'shalev mamash b'olam hazeh. Wow, who is the person who's really, really fulfilled in this world? We have to look for fulfillment. We have to look for happiness. We have to try to be happy, as we said from the Altis Labadka. This world has to reflect the next world. But when you look around, you see a lot of difficulty. I was just thinking recently. I was thinking about 2 or 3 different people that I had met, friends, and each one, when you would see them, they look great. But each one was carrying something very, very heavy. And they had shared with me something very heavy. Within three people came to speak to me in 2 weeks, and each one had a very heavy rock on their heart. But when you would see them, you wouldn't know it. The days of a person's life are 70 years. If he stretches Baruch Hashem, modern medicine, the pathways were opened. Rabbeim has opened up, made people live longer, etc. But still, and a person is filled with difficulties and sicknesses and pains and things that keep him busy. And then you get to death. You can't find one of them 1,000. You're not going to find a person of true pleasure and true peace. I found my friend. He's really got it worked out. It's all good by him. Okay, now what does he get to? He gets to 100 years. He's done. So therefore, so what's the argument on both sides? So the tachlis is the body. The tachlis is the body, but the body doesn't. This world and the body, we feel so connected to it, as we've said many times, because it's the world it's the expanse we understand. It's the emotional reality. It's the sense reality we understand. So it speaks to us. But if we use our seichel, then we say, but wait, right? This is going to disappear so fast. We're just stuck because that's 100 years is so fast. But, get to my age, I don't mean to sound like an old man, but maybe you have also experienced this. You start seeing, wow, time flies. Like, whoa, I was married. I have children who have 6 kids. How did I get a kid who has 6 kids? Like, where was that? I remember playing with my little kids. I remember playing with them. Where is the little boy? I love those little kids. So, and here you are, a grandfather. Before you know it, your great-grandfather. Before you know your great-great-grandfather. Like that. So that's what it's for, but it ends. But then Neshama goes on forever. So Baal Seichel says, now, I must add, you have to be Baal Seichel who believes there's a soul. If you don't believe there's a soul, so then if you don't believe there's God forbid, right? But it's Seichel within a certain world of a certain belief system, right? A person just feels that we're just molecular mistakes, etc. 4.2 billion years, you give enough time, blah, 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 which, I don't think makes too much sense. But so then you'll say, no, it's not like that. It's just a chemical mistake. Okay, but we're talking about once you have a certain framework of belief, within the framework of belief, it doesn't make any sense that it's all about this world. Okay, that's his first argument. Bezrat Hashem, we'll get it to his next argument next time, below Ode.